Listen to all your favorites all day, every day. Gold FM 93 or 93.2 island-wide.
Good morning, I'm Atik Rumi. Bring you the news on Gold FM.
The news headlines on Gold FM.
In your headlines, Water Board warns of supply disruptions as drought persists. Ravi questions the excessive independence of central bank. Partly alleges presidential complicity in coal procurement fraud. Oil prices surge as Middle East conflict intensifies. Trump considers seizure of Iran's Kharg Island fuel hub.
The top story on Gold FM.
The National Water Supply and Drainage Board warns that the supply of water can be affected if dry weather prevails. According to the board, several areas of the country are already experiencing a lack of drinking water, and local authorities have taken steps to provide drinking water to those areas in Bowsers. Against this backdrop, its chairman Chandana Bandara requested the public to use water cautiously, and in the interest of clarity, we refrained from dubbing his remarks.
සියලුම පිළිපාද මධ්‍යස්ථානවල නිෂ්පාදනය කරගෙන යනවා. ජීවිතයට 5,60,000ක් මීටරකින් නිෂ්පාදනය කරනවා. ඒ වගේම ලබුගම කල්පනාවක් 1,50,000ක් නිෂ්පාදනය කරනවා. ඒ වගේම අනිත් පිළිපාද මධ්‍යස්ථානවල සාමාන්‍ය පරිදි නිෂ්පාදනය කටයුතු කරගෙන යනවා. හැබැයි ඊයේදී කාලගුණයත් එක්ක පරිභෝජන මට්ටම ඉහළ ගියාමක් සිද්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒකත් එක්ක යම් ප්‍රදේශවලට ගැටලු සහගත තත්ත්වයක් කියලා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ තැන් අපි හඳුනාගෙන තියෙන අවශ්‍යවල ඒවට අපි බෞසමගෙන් වැඩි සම්පාදනය කිරීම කරනවා. අතර මේක ප්‍රමාණවත් මදි බෞසවල පිටින් අරන් ගියාට විතත්තේ තවදුරටත් කෙලුම්ගාදින දෙකේදී වැඩිපුර බලපානවා. මාසක් හෝ යම් කාලයක් පැවතුනොත් ඉදිරියේදී යම් මීට වඩා ටිකක් අසීරුත්වයකට පත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Meanwhile, the Department of Meteorology issued a heat advisory for several regions, warning that temperatures will reach a level requiring caution today. The affected areas include the western, Sabaragamuwa, southern, east, northwestern, northern and north central provinces and Monaragala district. Authorities advise the public to remain vigilant as the heat index remains significant across these parts of the country. Water levels in reservoirs associated with hydroelectric power stations in the Central Hills are declining rapidly due to the prevailing dry weather.
This is the local news on Gold FM.
Leader of United Republic Front, former Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka, labelled the president a partner in corruption following the appointment of an individual linked to multi-million rupee frauds to oversee coal procurement. He said this while speaking at a joint opposition seminar in Koskama yesterday, and in the interest of clarity, we refrained from dubbing his remarks.
කල්ලඟුරු වංචාව කුමාර ජයකොඩිගේ විතරක් වංචාවක් නෙවෙයි. වංචනිකයෙක් බව දැනදැනම රුපියල් ලක්ෂ 88ක වංචාවකට වරදකරුවෙක් වෙච්ච කෙනෙක්ට ගල්ලඟුරු ගෙන්නන ප්‍රසම්පාදන ක්‍රියාවලිය බාර දීමෙන්ම අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මේ වංචාවේ හවුල්කරුවෙක් වෙලා තියෙන මේ පාඩුවේ ඍජු වග උත්තරකරු ජනාධිපති අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක මිසක් වෙන අය නෙවෙයි මිත්‍රෝ. යාපනයේ පැත්තේ ගිහිල්ලා පරන්තන් වල සල්ෆියුරික් ඇසිඩ් හදනවා මතකද? දෙගුණයකටත් වඩා වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයෙන් සල්ප පිට වෙනවා, නයිට්‍රික් ඔක්සයිඩ් පිට වෙනවා. අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක පරන්තන් වල කොහොම වෙතත් අහසේ හදලා තියෙනවා සල්ෆියුරික් ඇසිඩ්, අහසේ හදලා තියෙනවා නයිට්‍රික් ඇසිඩ්. ඊළඟ වැස්සත් එක්ක ඇසිඩ් වැසි මේ රටට ගෙනල්ලා තියෙනවා මේ මිනිහා. කොළඹ නගරයේ උඩේ මේ විදියට දූවිලි වලාවක් තියෙනවා. ඒ දූවිලි වලාව ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ මේ පුත්තලම කල්ලඟුරු බලාගාරයෙන්. එක්ස්ප්‍රස් පර්ල් නැවටත් වඩා විශාල රසායනික විනාශයක් දැන් අද සිදු කරගෙන යනවා අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක. මෙයාගේ ඉන්නවා ගජ මිතුරෙක් ඔක්කොම ටෙන්ඩර් යන්නේ එතෙන්ට. සුලම් බලය ගත්තත් යන්නේ එතෙන්ට, සූර්ය බලය ගත්තත් යන්නේ එතෙන්ට. දැන් ගල්ලඟුරු බිස්නස් එකත් බාර දීලා එතෙන්ට. මේකෙන් කියනවා අප්‍රේල් 20ට කලින් නැව් 25 වෙනුවට 20 ආවොත් අගෝස්තු 27 ලයිට් කැපෙනවා කියලා. බැරි වෙලාවක්වත් නැව් 22ක් ආවොත් සැප්තැම්බර් 11 ලයිට් කැපෙනවා කියලා. නැව් 25ම ආවත් ඔක්තෝබර් 2 වෙනිදා ලයිට් කැපෙනවා කියලා. එමනම් මොකද තත්ත්වය? මේ බාල ගල්ලඟුරු නිසා විදුලි කප්පාදුවක් වෙනවා. මේ රතු පාටට තියෙන්නේ මේ 2026 වර්ෂයේ ජලාශ ටික හිස් කරගෙන යනවා අනුර කුමාර. මේ විදියට ගියාම අද කොත්මලේ ජලාශය ඉතාම අඩු මට්ටමකට පත් වෙලා දෙනවා. කොත්මලේ ජලාශයෙන් තමයි විදුලි බල පද්ධතිය පාලනය කරන්නේ. වතුර ටික හින්දගෙන යනවා. කා වෙනුවෙන්ද? ඩීසල් මාෆියාව, ඒ වගේම ගල්ලංගුරු මාෆියාව වෙනුවෙන්.
Lanka IOC Managing Director K. Raghu confirms efforts to direct fuel shipments to the Trincomalee terminal following the arrival of a vessel carrying 38,000 metric tons of fuel at Colombo port yesterday. This delivery follows severe disruptions to Sri Lanka's energy supply caused by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz during the Middle East conflict. While many Lanka IOC stations remained empty in recent days due to global supply chain strain, this new shipment provides critical relief to the local market. The central bank's current approach to inflation is ineffective as far as growth is concerned. Further, the government should take necessary measures to broaden the tax base without trying to impose more taxes. This view was expressed by former Minister of Finance Ravi Karunanayake. Addressing a panel discussion themed fiscal discipline and inclusive growth, pathways to sustainable development, the opposition parliamentarian is critical of the view that too much independence is not suitable for the central bank.
The central bank is pursuing an anti-inflationary approach, forgetting the growth aspect. My belief is, I have been a vocal critic that the independence of the central bank has not been to the best of us. It's absolutely necessary to have independence, and not to the extent that you have fiscal run by an elected president of the country who also finance, and the monetary aspect completely divorced, which has no connection to the people who elect. That is the independent central bank. Now, this central bank, after having the independence, has lost its last 6 quarters, have been off the market. Now, why I am coming and harping on to that is, we need growth. We need the supply side growth. We need to have low capital given to give motivation aspect to the small and medium and to the entrepreneur. I don't see that happen. If you are, in order to get to those, we need to. Public Financial Management Act ensures that the financial discipline that we have got to, you can only spend 13% of the GDP. You can only spend if you grow the GDP. In order to grow the GDP, the central bank must open the financial aspect of it, the monetary aspect. That is being pursued on an anti-inflationary approach. So where is the growth factor that can come?
Karunanayake commented on why he believes that the tax base needs further broadening.
I think if you look at, there are 243,000 companies in the register of companies, but only 33,000 pay taxes. So it just shows that the broad basing of our taxes needs to be done. I'm a believer that we have overtaxed the people. My feeling is that there should be a great reduction. So my belief is that we should reduce the taxes to a manageable proportion, where there is no point we taxing when it's ill affordable. Willing to pay but unable to afford is the present day situation. So further taxing the existing only puts us into a devious situation. I believe that pushing it in the range of 15 to 17.5% and ensuring that we broad base, we can get far greater than what it is. The SMEs at the moment, on a 100 rupees sale, 33% goes straight to the government. So where is the motivational aspect for those guys to come forward and move? So I believe that is the first radical change that is there.
The National Democratic Front parliamentarian also highlighted the need to remove para tariffs.
The para tariffs to be taken off. This has been something which the IMF and the ADB have been pushing. In order to get the 620 million financing line, it's being phased out in 4 years. My belief is take it much in different way. Ensure that we reduce the taxes, reduce the situation to a 5% tax, make it a more duty-free oriented approach. This is the best time for today Middle East in crisis. We have low-hanging fruit. We should go after the port of Sri Lanka, which is one of the best geographically located places. Middle East is in a major crisis. Use dry ports and get things moving now. Use the Mattala airport as another investment point by the Middle East. So these are matters that have got to be done.
Finally, Karunanayake pointed out the necessity of a growth-oriented reserve build-up.
when the last government handed over to the present. I think the reserves are 6.3 and that has moved up to 7. But is that 7.3 reserve sustainable? No. Of that, 2.5 billion cannot be used. There is still about 2 billion that is left in the IMF and other institutions. And the worst that is there, the reserves are built up on commercial bank swaps, which are not more than 6 months. So if you digress into the real situation, we need to have a more growth-oriented reserve build-up rather than just borrow short-term with the hot money that is creating only to ease the situation.
Police confirmed the arrival of alleged criminal gang leader Prabhat Madhushankar, known as Midigama Chuti, at Bandaranaike International Airport early this morning. Omani security forces detained the suspect 3 days ago following the issuance of an Interpol red notice for his arrest. Police said that Madhushankar managed drug trafficking and murder plots in the southern province from abroad after fleeing Dubai for Oman. Linked to alleged underworld figures Nadur Chintaka and Midigama Ruwan, the suspect now remains in the custody of the CID for further questioning. The Department for Registration of Persons confirms the issuance of national identity cards today for applicants delayed by a computer system error on the 23rd, 24th and 26th of March. One-day services at the Battarmul head office and regional branches return to standard operation tomorrow. Officials further announced a plan for uninterrupted service delivery starting the 6th of April.
Now for some news in brief.
Colombo Municipal Council officials attribute a rising stench at the Beira Lake floating market to prevailing high temperatures and added that steps have been taken to improve the drainage systems feeding into the lake to mitigate the problem.
The business news on Gold FM.
Global oil prices climbed further this morning following weekend attacks by Yemeni Houthis against Israel. Brent crude futures rose over $3 to exceed $115 a barrel, marking a potential record monthly gain as the regional conflict widens. U.S. West Texas Intermediate also saw a significant jump of nearly 3% to $102.56 during early trading.
International news on Gold FM.
U.S. President Donald Trump suggests the United States could seize Iran's primary fuel hub at Kharg Island. Speaking to the Financial Times, he says taking control of the island is a viable option and claims the site lacks sufficient defenses against American forces. The statement comes as 3,500 additional U.S. troops arrive in the Middle East to reinforce the region following the USS Tripoli's deployment. In Tehran, the military command warns of retaliatory strikes against the private homes of U.S. and Israeli officials. This follows reports of damage to Iranian energy infrastructure and fresh strikes on a university in Isfahan. While the Iranian government says power is now restored to most of the capital, the price of Brent crude continues to climb, rising nearly 3% as markets open in Asia. The conflict is also expanding across borders as Israel moves to enlarge its security zone in southern Lebanon. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the military will push further into Lebanese territory to thwart threats from Hezbollah, potentially placing a tenth of the country under Israeli control. Meanwhile, in Kuwait, officials confirm an Indian worker died following an Iranian strike on a water desalination plant. Despite the rhetoric, Pakistan's foreign minister says both Washington and Tehran expressed confidence in potential peace talks scheduled to take place in Islamabad.
Entertainment news on Gold FM.
Acclaimed stage and screen actress Mary Beth Hurt died following a battle with Alzheimer's disease. The Iowa-born performer earned 3 Tony nominations during a prolific career and starred in cinematic staples such as Woody Allen's Interiors and The World According to Garp. Her husband, writer-director Paul Schrader, and daughter Molly confirmed her passing in a joint statement, noting she faced her roles with grace and ferocity.
Sports news on Gold FM.
It is reported that nearly half of the Sri Lankan national cricket pool failed to meet minimum physical fitness standards during recent testing. Out of 46 players who participated in the February assessments, only 27 secured passing marks, leaving 19 players below the required threshold. Sri Lanka Cricket responded by granting no objection certificates for the IPL and Pakistan Super League only to those who cleared the hurdles, including Pathum Nissanka and Dunith Vellalage. While Kusal Janith Pereira joined the PSL after exclusion from national plans, Wanindu Hasaranga faces a disciplinary inquiry for skipping the tests without prior notice. Additionally, Nuwan Tushara remains without clearance for the IPL due to his failure, while Matisha Patirana is yet to sit for the evaluation. Royal College defeated Isipathana College by 39 points to 13 in the semi-finals of the school's rugby knockouts yesterday. The Royalists will play against Trinity College in the finals on Saturday. That's it for the news. I'm Atik Rumi. Have a great day.